Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to customize your website if you're using the Woostify theme. So everyone knows that Woostify is actually one of the best free and premium WordPress themes, and I have a website here and it's using the Woostify theme. So today I'm going to show you the things that you can do to modify your website. Okay, so now let's get started and I show you how to customize your website. Number one, if you take a look at the product pages right here, so right now you can already see that I have some products already in the store, and you can see we have some guarantees, safe checkout right here. Then you have the reviews, the description also right here, the related products, recently viewed products, and I think this really looks good. However, you might want to modify a few things on this page. Now, to customize this page, what you need to do is to come to customize. Okay, then what you need to do is to scroll down and come to WooCommerce. Okay, then you have a bunch of customizations right here, but now you need to focus on the product single page. Okay, so this is what called product single page, where you have your product and everything, that's any details or information about this product. Okay, so now you need to come right under here on product single, then you start making changes. So now under general you have breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs are these things right here. Okay, so you might turn them off or on, and if you turn them off they will disappear like that, but I would rather keep them on because they help your visitors navigate through certain categories. Then you have these previous next buttons, so your clients can easily click to go to the next product or to the previous product. Some people might find that useful, but you can turn the product navigation on or off depending on what you need, but I'll leave it on for now. Now, if the Ajax the Ajax single add to cart button is turned off, let me show you. If I turn it off and I publish it, okay, and when I go to my store, for example, I click on this shirt right here. When I click add to cart, the page reloads and you'll see this information, view to cart and view cart and all this information right here. However, if I have it enabled and I publish these changes, what's gonna happen? For example, if I reload this page, let's reload this page. And okay, I'll go back. Okay, now here's the page that I wanted. So I'll reload this, and when I click add to cart, you see what happens? So it loads, then the cart is drawn from the right, something like this. So I think this is really cool to have it turned on. So the stock label, is usually a label if you're trying to manage stock. For example, you have, let's say, 300 products left in stock, it will appear right here. But for these products right now, we're not tracking stock quantities, so it's just blank. And you have the loading bar that you can turn or disable or enable. So now you have another, what they call a trust badge. Yeah, so this is what's called a trust badge. Now, because I imported this demo site from Woostify directly, it appeared. Yeah, so you may have fewer payment gateways than this. So all you need to do is to click right here and upload another image that sort of looks like this, but includes the payment gateways that you offer. Okay, so this would be designed either in Canva or Adobe Illustrator, any editing software that would use. Yeah, but it can be placed right here. Okay, so now the other thing, once you're done setting up the general tab, then you can come to product images. So now Woostify has a lot of layouts, and one of them is this layout. So once you choose this layout, if I take this away, you'll realize that now these product gallery images will show up down here. But if you select and turn this on, okay, this layout, then you will see that now everything changes. So the product layouts kind of change to look like this. So depending on your liking, you can also select this. You can change your product layout to look like this. So let's say we set it to this and we publish it. What's gonna happen is that when we refresh this page, then the product images are gonna look like this. So every product that you click on will have this configuration set. So depending on what you like or what you want, you can select from any of these 4 layouts. Okay. So now you have the image loading effect that you can turn off or turn on, the gallery zoom effect. For example, if I'm having this layout right here and I click on publish, let's refresh it right now and click on this product. If I hover over the gallery, you see that now it's zooming in. Okay, so this is what enables that setting. And if I click and open it, yeah, it will open up in a light box. So if this is disabled, then the light box wouldn't be working. Okay, so you can turn this on and off depending on what you want. So now that is done. So we go to the product meta. So when you go to the product meta, you always have the SKU is a stock keeping unit number. And if you don't know this, I've talked about this in my previous tutorial. For those of you who want to manage inventory using your WooCommerce or inside your WordPress website, I talked about this in my previous WooCommerce tutorial that I've linked in the description. And you can show categories. So if I disable categories right here, you realize that they have been disabled here, but I can turn them back on. And also the tags, I can turn them off and on, as you can see right here. Then let's go to product data tabs. Okay, when you scroll down, they have this horizontal layout like this. Okay, now when you change the layout from normal to accordion, then it's gonna look different, sort of like this. Okay, then you can choose this to be open first tab, something like this, or I prefer them to usually actually be closed. I don't want it to be open, yeah, when the page loads. And you can choose the position where you want to display the product summary. So you can throw it in the product summary or after the product summary, this information right here. So once it's in the product summary, you realize that then it gets moved to this section under here. So you might click publish, and when you refresh this page, for example, you realize that now we have all this information. Then we have the description right here. Then we have the reviews right here. So now this is looking a little bit off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to general and click on product, select what was it, select trust badge image. I'll go to media library, and the trick is to just set one like this and it will appear under. Then I'll just sort of remove it. So once I remove it, then it will be gone. Okay, so now I think and feel that my website looks better with having the description and the reviews right here. So now what I can do is I can go back, so we can minimize this and go to product data tabs, and we can actually add more information. For example, let's say we want to add some shipping information. Okay, so this can be custom, and we can call it shipping information, or we can just call it shipping. Okay, and we can paste in some text here. Let's say it's about what can I say? I'm really looking for some text, but let me just copy something. Let me just use this dummy text. Okay, and maybe this is a shipping information that we want to give all to our clients. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think, let me select text and just click paste. Yeah, and when someone opens it up, so let me just actually press publish it and take a look at how it looks right here. And let's see, it's not showing quite right, but let's come back under customize and I'll take off this part. Okay, so we publish it again and refresh. Let's see, so we have the reviews, then the shipping. Yeah, so the shipping looks fine now, and the description also looks fine now. Okay, so you can add in anything. Maybe you also have size guides. Let's add some size guides. So to do that, guys, I'm trying this out. I'm gonna click on add tab, maybe call it let's say size guide. But be aware that this applies to these settings to all products in the store. So if I open this up and probably click on something like add media and I upload a photo, so the photo is uploading of my sizes and I sort of insert it. Let me see if that's all right. So let me publish that and see if it works well. And I'll refresh. And if I click on size guide, yeah, we have some images right here. Okay. So now what I can do is I can make this centered and yep. And when I go to the product page, it's refreshed and I click on the size guide and that's how it's looking. So it can be a text size guide. It's just that I applied an image. Yeah, but I think that can work too. So now what you can do, if you don't need this, you can just remove it by clicking on that X. So now when you take a look, you have related products right under here. So you can increase them by selecting, for example, you want 6 columns, then the products will become 6, but I think 4 is a general rule. Okay, so you can enable them and disable them by turning on these. And one thing that I like about this theme is that it has the recently viewed products. Okay, so now to turn that on, or before we actually move that on, is that I have to show you this enable carousel. So when it's enabled and the arrows are showing, someone can easily, it's just that this category has not more than 4 products in it. Yeah, but you'd have been able to scroll through these. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but that's all right. So we go back to the customization. So about recently viewed products, if I publish this, then I refresh this page. Yeah, so now it's gonna show me the recently viewed products by placing them right under here. So when you click on this product, yeah, then they will become 2. So now I viewed this man wearing this shirt. So if I open up this product right here, then you see now that these are the products that I have seen. So in case someone wants to purchase these items, yeah, they can see them because they have already sort of viewed them, and they can simply add them to the cart or do any kind of thing that they want, for example adding it to the wish list. Yeah, so now what you need to do is that they can also be enabled. They have their own settings, so you can choose to display them or disable them. Yeah. So then when you come to the button add to cart, yeah. So right now it doesn't show here, but it shows, let me go to this product right here. And so when I open up, for example, this product right now, you would see that it's blue, but for certain reasons, you might want to change it. Yeah. For example, you can change it from, let's say a background of, let's say okay, let's choose, what color can we choose? Let's choose a red color. All right, maybe to do the job. Okay, then when it's hovered, maybe it turns black. Okay, so then the color of the text can be yellow or white. Yeah, on red. Then this can be also white on red, probably. Yeah, white on black. So if I publish this and refresh this, then this product will turn to red, and when I hover over it, then it turns black. Okay, but you may want that vice versa, so you may want to keep this black, and maybe if someone hovers over it, it just turns a little bit gray, just like that. Okay, so if we save that and refresh this once again, then you see how it's looking. It's a subtle change. Then you can also adjust its border radius right from here. Yeah, so if you over increase it like this and save, probably it will increase, but it's not working right now. But I'm going to show you how to make it more rounded or less rounded, okay, in just a few minutes. Okay, so now these are the settings that we had for the product single page. So when you take a look and refresh, this is how everything is looking. So you placed this description right under here. We added the reviews right under here, and the shipping just there. So maybe if you want to order these, so what you need to do is to come to the additional under product data tabs. So maybe you want, for example, your description, additional information, and reviews to come last. So all you have to do is to drag this and place it up. Okay, just like this, and click update or publish. Then once you're done, you will see that now reviews come last. Okay, so now that's out of the way, I'll take one more look at my product right here, and I think it looks fine. So now let's take a look at, for example, the shop, how the shop is looking. So if I'm to right click and go to view store, so I'll first close this and close this right here. Then I come to the shop. This is how the shop is looking. But the shop also has its own settings. So I'm going to click on customize. Okay. So now what you can do is to scroll down under WooCommerce. And remember last time, the previous section, we've dealt with the product single. Now we can deal with the shop archive. Okay. So now you can go to the general and you can disable the shop title. Yeah. And the breadcrumbs, I don't see any breadcrumbs, but let's say if someone goes to let me go here and click on shop and go to search a product, then come to man. Okay, so now these are the products for men. Yeah, so this is considered as an archive. So when you're customizing the shop archive, the settings that you implement right here also sort of affect any other archives or any other categories once someone has sorted through them. Okay, so the breadcrumbs, as I've said, are important. The result count, for example, this, you may decide to turn that off. Yeah, Then also the default product filtering, this stuff right here, you can also decide to turn that off and hide it. Now you have an infinite scroll, yeah, which is enabled, and the loading style is button on click, which is okay. So some more settings here under the product card. You can have a border, and I don't like to do this stuff to products, but I think it looks sort of nice. Yeah, so you can add a border like that to your products. It can be dashed, it can be solid, it can be double, depending on what you want, but I really don't fancy this. So I'm just gonna say none. Okay, then you go under product content and make sure everything is centered, as you can see, but it can be aligned to left. Yeah, but I always think that centering things is one of the best. Yeah, so you can have the product title turned on or turned off. So for very minimal stores, yeah, some people actually turn the product titles off. So if you need that turned on or turned off, so you can turn on the category also to see which category a product belongs to. So that's up to you. Sometimes the price, the product quantity. Usually, if someone wants to add products to a bunch of products, for example, maybe I want to take 5 shirts, I want to take 4 of these, yeah, I want to take 2 of these. Someone can easily, add them to the cart like that. Okay, so if I'm going to go back to this archive right here, and I click, maybe I want to add 6, maybe I want to add, so you see this animation that gets added. So when someone clicks on, actually it's reading read more here, but it should be reading add to cart. Yeah, I think we're gonna configure that. Yeah, it's because actually this product is sold out, that's why it's bringing the read more. But yeah, I think you guys get the idea. So eco product content is important, especially if you have long titles or the product images are not of the same height. Okay, so usually I leave these turned on or turned off depending on the product image sizes and the titles that I'm working with. So you realize that when you hover over these images, they swap out like this. Yeah, so you can change them to zoom. Yeah, so depending on what you'd like. Okay, but yeah, swap does a thing for me. Then the border style, you can do that. Equal image height, it's important, as I just said, that usually when these products, you might have products that are different and the product heights are different. So making this setting is really important. Yeah. So if I go back to the archive, now you see that everything now looks a little bit better because it's well aligned. Then what you can do, so for the cell tag, it can be left, and so the cell tag, something like this. So you can change its color to maybe a red. Yeah. Oh, come on. To a red, something like that. Okay. But sold out is already using that color. So we'll keep it blue, okay, for now. Or actually we can keep it black. Maybe, okay. Now it can show just a percentage, or it can show let's turn that off and see just the word sale. Okay, so now I think that looks better. So now you're gonna scroll down to out of stock label. So out of stock label is red. Okay, but you can turn this to any color that you'd like, but I'll keep it red, and you guys already know what to do with that. Okay, so now you have the wish list button. So right now it's in the corner right here. Okay, and I think that's fine where it is, but you can change, and it can be on the bottom right somewhere like this. Yeah, so anywhere that you'd like to add it. So the add to cart button, so we have a couple of layouts where the add to cart button can be. So one, it can be right here. So when someone hovers over it, yeah, they can add it to the cart. So this is saying read more because whatever is sold out. Okay, it can't be bought, so you can't add it to the cart. That's why it's displaying this. Yeah, so as you guys can see, Some of them link to an external website, but some of them are linking to an internal website. And the reason why they are linking to Amazon right here is because in WooCommerce you can set a product to be an affiliate product. So you embed a product, then link it to where you, for example, if you're affiliating for Amazon, you can create your own storefront, but then all the products that will be included in your store can be affiliate products. So they will have such an add to cart. Okay. Yeah. So when you add it to the corner like this, so every time someone hovers over it, they can tap this. I don't think this is visible enough, but maybe you can use that for your store. Then by default, you have these, yeah, sort of looking like that. Then you have this layout. So I think I like this. Okay. Now we are out of there, and the product shop archive has been configured. Okay. So now let's click publish. So now you might want to take a look at, for example, the cart page. So if I click on this and I click on, let's say, the cart right here. So right now we have very few products, but if I'm to add more products, so let me exit out of this and go probably and add this product to the cart. And what else can I add to the cart? This is sold out. Maybe I can add this to the cart. I'll click view more, and let's see if we can. This is a variable product, so we can select the color option to black and also add that to the cart. Okay, so now we can view the cart. Then once we view the cart, it's looking like this. Then we can click on customize. Okay, so we directly jump back into the customizer, and what we can do here is we can still go under WooCommerce and come to the cart page. So now there are two layouts. So you have this one right here. They may not look so different. Yeah, so it's a little bit narrower, and I think I would prefer that. Okay, or to use this wider one. So I selected the right one, so you can enable this sticky proceed to checkout button. Yeah, so whenever you hear the word sticky, just know that it's just trying to place a button or something whenever it's scrolling to be in a sticky position. Okay, so right now actually I don't see any where it wants it behaving sticky, but that's all right. Yeah, so I'll jump out of that right now. Okay, so now the cart page has been configured. Then let's see, while I still here, let's see, the checkout used to have settings. It could be manipulated in the previous version, but now it's disabled. I don't know why, but yeah, we can proceed. So the shipping thresholds, I really never use that in my store. Then the mini cart, let's see, no products. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this. There is not much of a change that you can make right here. So let's jump out of this. And now let's take a look at product images. So when you take a look at our store, yeah, for example, and you take a look at the product images right here. So I think they are cropped to like 1 by 1. But if you want to crop them to something like a ratio of like 4 by 5, I like to use this ratio a lot. And you refresh this. Okay. So when I refresh this, the changes sort of delay. I think the website is being cached somewhere with one of the plugins I'm using, but you can see what's going on in the customizer here. Okay, so then sorry, I think it changed again. Did I publish this? So your product image cropping, you can either go with square. So I think I'll keep it square. For now, it was displaying just fine. Yeah. And I'm going to jump out of this. So we've customized all this, the product catalog. Yeah. Oh, we hadn't talked about the product catalog. Okay. So on the shop page, basically you want to show products. In catalog, you don't want to show subcategories of products, but yeah. So the default sorting, I always choose popularity. The more popular the product, the more it's being bought. I want to show it to first, something like that. That's what it means. Then I'll jump out of that. So in case you need a store notice that the store is under blah 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 blah, you can enable that, but I'm not going to. Then I'm gonna jump out of these. Okay. So now we've customized our store, but then there are some other things that you could think of customizing, and let's try doing that. Okay. So now with the site identity, you can add your logo right here. Then you can add the mobile logo in case, for example, this is too big on mobile. Okay. You might add two different logos. Then for the site icon, you can click on change image and maybe upload your own image in case you have one. For example, if I use this as my site icon, you will see that now I will use this image. You will see that now these logos up here are going to change. So if I publish that and I refresh, the site icon right here has changed. Okay. So I'll jump out of that. Then under layout, I really don't do much editing right here. I leave the containers just as they are. You can change the background color of the website to anything that you'd like. Yeah, but I think white is the easiest color to play around with. Then default containers, I always keep it container box, though it can be wide depending, but for e-commerce, usually boxed containers work best. Then the shop container, all these I set to default. So we jump out of that. But in case you need more, you can play around with these. For example, if I set the shop container to something like stretched, let me show you something. Then you'll notice that it creates more space. Yeah. So if I create hold on. If I'm to change the default container also to something more stretched, then you realize that sometimes the sidebar gets, out of proportion. Okay. So arrays keep these two boxed. Then also this, I will just keep it default. Hopefully it looks as it was. Yeah, that is better. So now I think that's about it for the layouts and the containers. So your normal header looks like this. There's really not much to do, but you can change the color of the header to anything that you'd like. Yeah. So depending on your brand colors or whatever you like, any color would do. Yeah, but I'll keep it white so they can change the count colors, for example, to a black or something, or red. Yeah, these small letters. For example, if someone adds 5 items, there's 5. You need the color, I think, to be white. I think white is just fine. Then I'll jump out of that. Let me go back. And the background color can always be any color that you choose. Yeah. So depending on your theme colors or brand colors, it could be orange, it can be red, it can be black. Yeah. Anything that you'd like. Okay. So now the header transparent, you can set a transparent header. Yeah. But I don't fancy that with e-commerce. Yeah. So then the page header is always disabled. Otherwise, if you have it enabled, then you're going to have stuff like shop. And when you go to, for example, categories for men, actually it's not showing up here, but I think that's actually okay. Then I think I'll just disable that. Then mobile menu. Okay. You can choose to hide the search box. So for example, if I don't know why it's not active right here, but I would have showed you something. Yeah, but you can hide the login register on mobile and show categories instead of the menu. Yeah, that's okay. So let me just go back to desktop. And so in case you have blogs, yeah, there are some layouts that you can configure right now of how your images would be looking. Okay. Oh, sorry, of how your layout of the blogs would be looking, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So you have a sidebar, and it can be for the shop. It can be on the left or to the right, depending on where you want it. Okay. So in case you don't want it anywhere, you can say no sidebar, and your store will sort of look like this. Okay. So in case you don't need it and you're developing something minimalist, I think you hiding the sidebar would be a good idea. And on the shop single, it's set to no sidebar. So I already told you that shop single means the single page. Yeah. So in case you need a sidebar here for whatever reason, you can set it to the left or to the right. So in case I publish this and sort of refresh this page, then you will notice that the shop has a sidebar, and I don't really like that. All right. So I'll say no sidebar. All right. So I'll publish this and I'll jump out of it. Then I'll go to the footer. Yeah. So the footer has a couple of things going on, but usually I don't use these pre-made footers. I always use extra plugins. I'm going to link a tutorial in the description for you guys in case you want to create a custom footer. What it will basically do, it will override this. Yeah. But I'm still going to show you how to create these footers. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll have enough time for me to show you how to create these. Yeah. Because sometimes when you plug into add plugins that create footers onto your website, they might actually sometimes not work as you intend them to work. Okay. So you can change the footer background to a color like yellow, black, or any color that you would wish. Yeah. Let me set it to this for now, so that everything is somewhat visible. Okay. But then I'm going to show you how to add items to this footer right here. Okay. But let's just leave that for now. So you have a sticky footer bar. And what this does, if I go on mobile, it shows something like this. Okay. So you have shop, the search, and the cart. Yeah. So which I think is really quick and a nice kind of setup for an e-commerce store. Yeah. Having the search icon, the cart page just at the bottom makes navigation very, very easy. Okay. So you can add more stuff like my account. Let's say you want to add someone's. Let's select custom and click on select icon. Hopefully I can find an icon for a user, and let's link it to the my account page. Okay. So for example, let's say this is the dashboard. So I'll copy this link address and come paste it in right here. And what I'll do, I'll click publish. So now, if I'm to sort of refresh this and take a look, let me see if it actually displays right here. So I thought it would display by shrinking this. Yeah, but it's not a mobile. I thought it would show, but maybe what we can do is, instead of enabling it on mobile, let's enable it on both so that I show you what I needed to show you. Okay, so I'll refresh this and it's still not showing. Yeah, I think it's a caching issue that's going on right here. But on your phone, it should be able to display. Yeah, like this. So come on, we can say my account right here. All right, my account. Okay, my account, and that's how it's looking. So I will publish this, and this is how it's looking on mobile. Okay, so now you can remove any of these by just disabling it like this. Okay, or you can just come down, for example, to, by the way, guys, I think do not forget to link, for example, the shop page. Yeah, you need to paste the link of the shop page. For example, if I click on visit site, sorry, not visit site, but rather visit store. Okay, so I copy the shop link and I can directly paste it in here, just like this. So I'll do the same for the wish list. Yeah, so if my wish list is located on this page, I can copy the link and okay. All right, here for the wish list, it automatically redirects. I'm sorry about that. Then for the search, it automatically, then for the cart, yeah. So it has finally added the footer bar, but I think it was a caching issue that was delaying the changes to reflect. So every time someone clicks on my account, they get redirected to my account. When they click on the cart, they can view the cart. Okay, and so the footer is hidden on the cart page, which is nice. So when you go back to these pages right here, it's also hidden on the product page. When you go to the home page, yeah, I think now this is nice. Okay, so it's displaying correctly right here. So now I need to hide it because I don't need it on my desktop version. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just display it on mobile. Okay, so now remember it wasn't showing on the product a single page, so I'll disable that. I want it to show on all pages apart from the checkout page. Okay, so I think that's fine. Okay, so we go back. So we have configured everything. The scroll to top is enabled. The 404 is enabled. Then we can jump out of the layout. So under colors, you can set default colors for your website. For example, you can set it to black. And you will notice if we go back to the home page that some of the elements have changed. They would have changed to black, especially if there were any hover kind of whatever's going on. Yeah, so let me change this also to black. Okay, so you realize, but before these, okay, let me show you from here, because now it won't make sense because I've already made the changes. So you see how when we hover over this turns to blue. Yeah, but now you have set the hover to black, the text color, everything is black. So every time I hover, this doesn't turn to any other color. So if we change this, for example, to a blue shade back or to a red shade, okay, sorry, this is black and the hover can be red or pink. You'll notice that now, yeah, everything turns to pink. So whatever color you would like, so I think I can make it a little bit gray, just like that, or a greenish kind of shade. Okay, depending on your brand color, yeah, you can do that. But I'm gonna pick a blue right here, something like this. Yeah, that will do the job for me. So now the colors have been configured, but you can set them to anything that matches your brand color. Then for the buttons, yeah, so we have buttons should be actually when you go to the home page, yeah, I want the buttons not to be rounded, or they can be rounded. I think rounded things look nice. So if I change these buttons to black, you see now it changes to black. Yeah. Then what else? These, I think, settings can't be overridden, because hopefully this page was created in Elementor. Yeah. So it won't work. But let's see. If we targeted this, then we can reduce the border radius of the buttons. So it's not working right here. Okay, but what we can do, let me open this up and set the border radius to something like 10, because yeah, I think things are okay. So the typography, you can change the primary font. Yeah, let's say from this to a font, anything that you like. For example, if I change this to Muli, which is a Google font, you'll notice that now everything is going to change, most of the stuff on the website, to something like this. Yeah. So depending on what you'd want, but I think Poppins is good enough. So you can change the weight and everything. Yeah. So let's say you also wanted to change the header, the primary heading. Yeah, we don't have any menus, but in case you have menus over here, you can also change that font from here. And the headings can also have a different font, but it's a good practice for a website to have 1 or 2 fonts. Okay. So now we've worked on typography. The WooCommerce, we have worked on that. We have looked at all these settings right here. Haven't we looked at anything? Oh, one thing that we hadn't looked at is the product. How many products do you want to be featured on a single whatever, or in your catalog on a single row? So you can increase them to be as many as 5, 6, 7, 8, but I think 3 is ideal. Okay, so I think 3 is really ideal. So let's jump out of that. So now, under performance, you can enable these, yeah, just to improve your performance of the theme, but it's only good to enable those when your site is live and you're done making the changes. Okay, so let me publish this. Okay, then I'll go back and go to my home page, or I'll go back and go to the dashboard, and what I will do is first visit my store. Okay, so this is how it's looking. So now, I haven't showed you how to edit this header. So what I can do is to go under customize, and what I'm gonna do is under layout, okay, under top bar, I can enable it or disable it. Okay, so once it's disabled, it disappears, but you can enable it and give some people discounts. So you can make it black, red, anything that you'd prefer, really wouldn't matter, but I'm going to keep it blue. Then you can type in some text, okay, that you want, either on the left or right. Okay, so that's up to you. Okay, so now we are done. All right, so now I want to configure something about this left sidebar. Okay, because right now it has categories, the tags, the search, the meta, blah blah blah. So whenever you want to handle sidebars, you have to come to appearance and come to widgets, and what's gonna happen is that you get to see a lot of things here, but I feel that this is so disorganized. So one widget that I use to keep this section organized is classic widgets. So go to plugins, click on add new plugin. Then what I'm gonna do, I am gonna search for classic. Classic widgets. Come on, it's right here. So click on it. It has 2 million installations, and click on activate. Okay, so now once it's activated and you come back to widgets, then you'll find a whole everything now looks a little more organized. Okay, so now you have your WooCommerce sidebar right here. So it has archives. So these are the archives. I don't know what they're doing there, so I'm gonna click on it and click delete to remove them. And if I refresh the page, you see them gone. All right, we go back to the widgets, scroll down to, so I see categories here, but these are not the categories I want, so I'll remove those. Did I remove them? I wanted to click delete. Okay, so once I are deleted, I refresh, and now we can start. So the meta, I'm gonna delete this. So guys, make sure that you're working with this WooCommerce sidebar. Okay, yeah, because there are a lot of other sidebars, for example the main sidebar and the footer widgets, but I wanted you to work with the WooCommerce sidebar. Okay, so if we refresh this, then this is what we have. So you can actually add in more stuff. So let's actually remove all this and I show you how to add more stuff. So I'll delete this, and I will delete this. I'll delete this, and I'll delete this. So now let's say you want to add a price filter to your website. Okay, now because you have installed classic widgets, that is very easy to do. So all you need to do is to actually look through the filter by product price. Okay, then click on main WooCommerce sidebar and click on add widget. Okay, then if you want to add a product search, click on select WooCommerce sidebar and add widget. So if you want to add what else, product categories, they are right here, and click on add widget. So every time you add the widget, you realize that they are being added right here. Okay, so the product price is being added, has been added, the product search has been added, the product category has been added with some settings. For example, you can hide empty categories, and you can minimize this. So under product categories, maybe we want to add the products that maybe product tag cloud, maybe you can add that too. Then we can add products that have been recently viewed. Okay, basically anything that you think would be useful to your customers. You can even add products that are recently viewed, although these are going to be images that may distort the layout, but you can also add the product by attributes, then products by rating. Okay, so these are so many of them. So number of rows to show, maybe we can say 4. Yeah, then number of products to show, maybe they can be also be 4. Filter by products attributes, yeah, okay, let's pass see how that looks. And so now we have the product categories. They're looking like this. The product tags, the recently viewed products are right here. Then the recent reviews. Okay, the products that have been recently reviewed, 3 stars. Then the recently viewed products are here. Then the average rating. So I don't like this average rating thing that's at the bottom, so I'm gonna click delete and remove it. And if I'm to refresh this, it will be gone. So now in case I click on this product right here, okay, and click on this product right here, then I go back to this archive, for example, then you see that my recently viewed products are now being incremented or updated, and that's how it's looking. So now guys, I had promised to show you how to create a footer, but for some reason I didn't press record and I just continued talking and talking, and only to realize that I'd already created the footer. But let me walk you the general setup of how to create a footer. Okay, so now you need to go to your widgets, yeah, and you have to make sure that you installed the classic widgets plugins as I had showed you before. Yeah, so when you go to the installed plugins, this plugin right here, it's called classic widgets. Make sure it's installed, and once you come back to the appearance, click on widgets. Okay, so now this store has three types of widgets: the main sidebar, but this is usually for the blog, the WooCommerce sidebar, and one's for the footer widget. Okay, so now in case you want to add an item, for example some text to your footer, all you have to do is to click on the text and add it to either the main sidebar, the WooCommerce sidebar, or the footer widget. So for this reason, I'm going to add it to the footer widget. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to add the title of my text, for example blur. Then I just type in or paste in some dummy text like this and click update. Okay, so you realize that when I reload the website, this text gets added. Okay, so you can have very large footers. They're not limited to 3 or 4 options. So in case, let's say I want to add an extra sort of menu like this that links to my products or to my pages or to any of the product categories. Okay, so to do that, you have to make sure that you've set up a menu for it. Okay, now to set up a menu, once you're in your dashboard, you only have to come to appearance and go to menus. Okay, so now create a menu by hitting create a menu right here, and once you hit create a menu, you can say, for example, product categories. Okay, so now you hit create. Okay, so now for most cases you may not see this product categories option right here. So to avoid that or to set that up, come to screen options and make sure product categories is enabled. Okay, so now once you come under product categories, click on view all. Some may be hidden, and you can select all that you need to be added, then click on add to menu. Okay, so in case you want to add, for example, any other pages, for example you can add the shop, you can click and add it there and reorder these menus. So remember, we've named it categories, and we can hit save menu. So once the menu is saved, make sure then you come to your widgets. Now it's time to add it to the footer menu. So to add it to the footer menu, you go to widgets, yeah, under appearance, under widgets, then come to navigation menu and click on footer widget and click add. Okay, so you come here under select, and what was the name? I think it was called categories. Yeah, so I think you can call these categories also, categories, something like that. So you can click save. Okay, and once you click save and you refresh this page right here, you see now that you have categories right here. Okay, so this is out of line. Okay, but you can correct that by going to your menus where you created them and changing the hierarchy. So you can click save menu, and when you refresh that, you realize that the menu has been added. So by taking the steps that I've shown you, is how I created this menu, is how I created this menu, and it's how I created this menu, and it's how I created this menu. I've showed you how to add the text, something like this. Yeah, it's the same technique I applied here. Okay, so now I haven't showed you how to add this, for example, these products to your store. Okay, sorry, to your footer. So to do that, you come back to widgets and find, now these were recently viewed, But imagine that you want to add that some that were recently reviewed. Okay, so you can add those and make sure there are not so many products. You can add 2, 3, or 4 products and hit save. Okay, so when you reload this, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so now this is too much. Okay, so to delete some of these, yeah, you can do a lot of things. So you can click on delete right here to remove any element that you don't want, or alternatively, I think that's the only way to delete. Okay, but now let me show you something important. Okay, so when you come here to your footer and open up the customizer, just like that. So I'm going to close these other ones to the right. And once the customizer is fully open, what you can do is that you can scroll down and come to is it layout, under footer. Instead of being 4 widget columns, you can actually, let's say, squeeze them and make them 5. Okay, so update that and let's try and refresh. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now in case you need them to add 2 more, then there will be 10, where you have like 4 widget columns. Okay, so now I'm gonna delete some of these widgets because I don't really find them useful. So to go back to my widgets, I can remove all these and maybe I'll just remain with 5 or 4. Okay, so I'll remove all these, then I think I'll remove these 2. And once it's removed and I try refresh this, then it's gonna look a little bit like this. Okay, so now it doesn't span the entire width because the column widget columns are 5, but if you make them 4, then it's gonna try and spread, okay, the entire content like this. So now guys, thank you for watching the video, and hopefully if you find this valuable, please subscribe to the channel, and you can share these videos with any of your friends or colleagues or anyone that you want to get started learning. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.